Welcome to the flange install from Tacc Racing for the Yamaha 1.8 liter engine. Here we have the manifold coming out of the 1.8 liter engine. The manifold still has its OEM parts attached to it. We need to make sure we loosen and take off all the bolts that are holding the throttle body. Once those are loosened, you can take off fairly easily the throttle body. Put it gently at the bottom of the jet ski down so that we have quick access to it when we need to reinstall. Here, as you can see, the flange from OEM is holding the ribbon inside. So we need to remove those 4 bolts holding the flange in place. Once we have removed all 4 bolts, this will expose the ribbon as well as the rubber housing that holds the ribbon in place within the manifold. So now what we need to do is tag on the rubber so that the whole assembly comes out. Once you have removed that assembly, you can place it on the side, and this is what the inside looks like. Here are the 2 flanges compared, the OEM and the Tacc Racing one. As you can see, it has the ribbon delete built into it from Tacc Racing, as well as it has a 5/16 barb attached on the side. So this barb is used for your blow-off valves assembly in a later time when you're ready. We make sure that the O-ring has a little bit of grease on it around the flange. This will help it smoothly go into the manifold. So we're going to pop it in to the manifold and make sure that it is sealed correctly in place. Once you hear that pop, it is correctly installed. And the other thing you got to make sure the barb is facing the front of the jet ski. The other main points we want to address is line up the holes so you can reuse the OEM hardware to reattach the Tacc Racing flange. And the recommendation is to use red thread locker to hold everything in place securely. This would include the bolts that hold the flange in place, but also the barb. When you install it, we recommend using the red thread locker as well. Once everything is tightened securely down with the OEM bolts, we are now basically ready to make sure it's snug on, and once we have done that, we are ready for the reassembly of the intake to the throttle body. Do remember to put the O-ring on the outside, the thin one that goes between the throttle body and the flange, and reattach the hose onto the barb and clamp it down so that you can reuse it at a later time if you are not installing a blow-off valve at this point. Now we just reverse the entirety of the assembly, put the throttle body back onto the flange and reattach it with its OEM fasteners. Once you have done that, this completes the installation of the new flange. Thank you for watching, and if you do have any questions or concerns, please reach out to us at taccracing.com.